Okay, we're back here working with the Alebrijes paper mache construction. I am going to be working on this piece, which is merging a lion head and a fish body. And I have a couple of tricks and tips to talk to you about today while you build your animal. So the first thing is starting the head. All I did was really just took paper, crumple it up, and then start taping. So I'm taping and crumpling and taping and crumpling, and it's a very basic process, and it's just building to get some mass. Now, if you had something like an elephant head, and it was on like maybe an ostrich body, and then the long legs of the ostrich, you might want to do a balloon head, a balloon that would be the understructure, and then put paper over it and tape from there, so it would get a lighter, it would be a lighter weight. I don't expect that you have balloons just randomly sitting around at your house, so I'm just making this out of wadded up paper, and this is just newspaper. So as I continue to build this, it grows larger, it has more mass, and I'm going to make it as big as I need to for for my idea, for my plan, and for the proportion to the body of whatever animal that I'm making. So I'll just gonna show you loosely, just crumple this and tape. Don't have to think too much about what it looks like at this point, because we're going to be building lots of layers. So I did the same process with the fish body, and it took shape pretty quickly. So this was the quick building of the fish body. I'm going to show you just a couple things that you can use from the recycle bin at your house to add some details to your pieces. Now, mine needs, it has the tail here, but it needs some fins, and then it also needs an element to join the head to the body. So usually there's a neck involved. So obviously a fish head to the body is kind of the seamless design. The head of a lion, it will have some kind of a neck, some kind of transition between this fish body and a lion head. So that transition is up to you. I have a lot of things that will work, so things that I pulled out of the recycle bin, containers, just cardboard. This is a nice thickness, tubes, all kinds of tubes that I can cut, more tubes. And then thicker cardboard even is going to be corrugated. So let's see what we can do with, this is just part of a box. So in order to make something that might need some rigidity, might need some thickness, but you also want to maybe make it into a tube for a neck or a leg. I'm going to show you a little bit better of idea for a leg, but a tube that maybe connects a head of an animal to the body of some other kind of animal. You could do something like this. So how I did this was just a corrugated cardboard box cut apart, and then I'm using this green thing as a self-healing mat. So when I cut on it, it just kind of heals itself after I cut. Just make sure you put something down so you don't cut into the table. I like to work standing up when I'm using the X-Acto and some thick board, because what happens is you're just going to run the line down your ruler. And you're gonna, instead of it not starting cleanly, what I like to do is just put the tip into the cardboard and you can run it down to your body. So I'm pressing kind of hard. I don't want to cut all the way through, but I do want to make it scored so it can bend. The back side isn't cut through. So press kind of hard and then just pull it towards you. Okay, so the main idea is you don't want to waste time recutting 2 or 3 times on the cardboard. Like, just try to get a nice cut that's deep enough that you can score it, meaning to bend it, but you don't want to cut off the entire piece of cardboard because then it won't bend. Okay, so it's allowing you then to bend this way, right? Okay, some of you might have already done this process before. And then I can tape it wherever I want to. You know, if I want it this diameter, or you can open it up depending on what diameter you want for whatever piece of the construction, okay? And then you would just use the tape to tape it. This is all gonna get covered up with our paper mache, so nothing has to look really great as far as like perfect taping. Just get the shape that you want for the idea that you need it. Okay, this is one idea. Another idea, I like this one. This is kind of fun. This is a leg of an animal. So instead of this being legs for a dog or some kind of mammal, we're gonna actually, I'm gonna show you this technique using just recycled cardboard that gives you a little bit more definition, and it's doesn't have to be anatomically correct and perfect, but it should have a foot. So this is kind of like just a block, a chunky block, and this isn't really a leg. There's no foot to it, and we don't know what kind of animal this would be. But this now, because of the proportion, would be like a wolf, a dog, some kind of animal that would have a foot, that would have a bend, that would come up. This is kind of more towards the upper leg that would go into the body. All right, so this, if you ever want to make this curve, if you want to make a curve in cardboard, a trick that you can do, you can use this trick with paper also, is that you just stand at the edge of your table and hold this a little bit and pull the other end down so you can kind of break the fibers in the board, and it will start to curve. Okay, so what I did, I think I'm gonna take these ends off, and then the key to doing this is